Next, we will continue from here. So why China launched OBR? So in previous video, we discussed about what is this OBOR, and now we are going to discuss about why China launched this OBOR. So please observe here, guys. So there are three advantages. There are three main purposes to start this project. What are those three purposes? The first one is bridging infrastructure gap in Asia. So please do remember, guys. Bridging infrastructure gap in Asia. Whenever you come across with these questions in mains paper, especially in GS2 International Relations paper, please do remember these side headings. So these will help you to write the better essays. So why China launched OBOR? Because of three main reasons. First one is bridging infrastructure gap in Asia. You all are well aware of that Asia is mainly divided into East Asia, West Asia, Central Asia, South Asia, and Southeast Asia. And each and every block is having a group. For example, East Asia is having East Asia Summit. South Asia is having SAARC Summit. Southeast Asia is having Asian Summit. West Asia is having GCC Summit. So there are so many groups in one continent. So there is no understanding, there is no more economical, beneficial, diplomatic skills between these countries. So this China wants to bridge, to build infrastructure gap in this Asia by constructing networks of roadways, railways, maritime ports, power grids, oil and gas pipelines, and all associated with infrastructure projects. So that's why this China launched One Belt, One Road, which became an ambitious project that focuses on connectivity and cooperation among multiple countries spread across the continents of Asia, Africa, Europe, and whereas this OBR consists of 78 countries. So this project, as we discussed earlier, divided into two parts: Silk Road Economic Belt and Maritime Silk Road. And China wants to fill a gap from Asia to Europe through this Silk Road Economic Belt. So for this, they need to build infrastructure capacity building in Asia. And that was their first intention. So why China launched OBR? To fill a gap, bridging infrastructure gap in Asia. So according to the China, the Belt and Road Initiative will bridge the infrastructure gap and thus accelerate economic growth across the Asia Pacific area and Central and Eastern Europe. And the second main intention to launch this OBOR: economic motives. If you observe the economic motives, this OBOR is aimed at boosting domestic growth in China, which has slipped in recent years. For example, in 2016, China grew by 6.7%, which is the lowest since 1990. OBOR also provides China a market to sell its product, especially steel. So here, if they develop these 6 corridors, then there is a possibility of economic relations, building best economic relations with their neighboring and far west countries, which ultimately will provide the employment for these Chinese people throughout the continent Asia and Europe, and which will be very easiest way to transport steel. Is it clear? So China wants this project. China wants this project for economic motives. So all countries who want to get beneficial, they all will use these roads, railways, and networks. So for that, China will charge them. So these all countries will create a best diplomatic relations with China alone. So all these West Asia, Central Asia, South Asia countries will depend upon China. And if any country is depending upon China, it means China will provide loans to them. Already they constructed a roadway, railway, and waterway networks for mode of transport. Then these other countries will depend upon those roads, those railways, those waterways, because they need not to invest in those countries. So this is a very great advantage for this China. From this, they can become an economic giant, a leader for this world, surpassing Russia and USA. And the third motive, global leadership. So this is all if you observe clearly, this is all step by step, brick by brick. Please observe here. To target the main aim is global leadership, right? So to achieve this, they should create the networks first. After creating these transport networks, they should create the economic generation of economic to them and all other countries. So if this China, if completes this project, almost 78 countries which are benefiting with this roadways, definitely other remaining countries will join in this access. So always, if you observe, the Malaysian government also said that this is a colonialism, economic colonialism. So what is the aim? Global leadership, creating roadways, railways, creating jobs, and then they will target for global leadership. But some feel that BRI is more out of political motivation rather than the real demand for infrastructure. It is a masterstroke by China to establish itself as world leading economy and to spread its power, particularly in the South Asian region, at the expense of the US. So let's see. Criticisms against OBOR. Criticized by USA. So this is the first mark by this USA. Now USA fears that OBOR is an extension of efforts by China to undermine the security and economic architecture of the current international order. If this China constructs these all roadways, railways, and next creating jobs to each and every country, then they will become a global power, which is not accepted by this USA. So now USA throw a mark on this project too. They played a game that they fear that OBOR is an extension of efforts by China to undermine the security and economic architecture. So this is somewhat like funny. Please observe here. This is an image. Here you can observe the CNN released this image. So who is this person? Trump's isolationism. Because we all are faced this Trump's rule recently. Thanks for Joe Biden. Trump always wanted for isolation. So he got his chair now. Very good. And please observe this image. What is this waterway? In this image, it tells a very great ideology of China. Please observe here. This is North Atlantic and South Atlantic, guys. This is North Atlantic and South Atlantic. And if you observe this waterway, this is Mediterranean Sea. The Mediterranean Sea separates Europe and Africa continent. So beside Europe, you will find this China. And below this China, you will find this Asia. So this could unite us all. These one belt, one road will unite Asia, Europe, and Africa. So this is a very great image in my point of view, right? So here, Trump's isolationism. So another criticism came from this Malaysia. The Malaysian Prime Minister Mukhyiddin Yassin described this One Belt One Road or this Belt Road initiative as a form of new colonialism. Investment decisions are driven by geopolitical needs of sound financial sense. So this is one picture of this OBOR. This is a picture from this China itself. And this person, who is this person, guys? He is Prime Minister of Malaysia, Muhyiddin Yassin, and he commented that the China's new game is a new colonialism. So in exam, you may get who is this person, Prime Minister of Malaysia, Muhyiddin Yassin. He stated Z as new colonialism, and also criticized it as this OBR was designed to be able to export China's excess labor, excess capital, excess production facilities. Thus, China was trying to solve one of its own domestic problems. So, what is I don't see what is here the problem. If China wants to provide opportunity for their labor, then what is problem to us? He is giving his best. He is constructing with his own money. He is constructing this OBOR from Europe, from Asia, ASEAN. It entered into Central Asia, next entered into West Asia, ended at Turkey, and from there it entered into Germany, and got ended at Italy wins, and from there they will be a maritime road, maritime way. So for construction of these roads, railways and tunnel networks, the man force will be provided by China itself, and always they will provide a work to everyone. So we can observe this as in two point of views, couple of point of views. Either in examination, they may ask us why India should support this OBOR and why India should not support this OBOR. Then you should remember these points, guys. In examination, we make it why India supports OBOR, why India wants not to support OBOR. Then you should remember these points. Right? So in examination, they will ask for type questions and against type questions. Then only you should mention these points. Is it clear to everyone? So what USA feared, that OBOR is an extension of efforts by China to undermine the security and economic architecture. With this, they can become a global leader. So that is not liked by this USA. Whereas Prime Minister of Malaysia said that they are going to create a new colony. And whereas other criticized as China wants to export their Chinese excess labor, excess capital, excess production facilities, which will solve their own domestic problems. So one shot, two birds. And this all information was provided by the Center for Strategic and International Studies. So what this said, according to 2016 CSIS report, none of the Indian Ocean port projects funded through OBOR hope to bring financial success. And now this is another game. So this OBOR are two types, right? One is through Silk Road and another one is through Maritime Silk Road. So here in the Maritime Silk Road, whatever ports were there, they were not supported in this fund by this OBOR fund. And this report was given, this whole report was given by Center of Strategic and International Studies. So why India objecting this OBOR? Please do remember, guys. In next video, we will discuss this topic, why India's objection in OBOR. Is it clear? So please go through our previous topic. In next video, we will discuss India's objection in One Belt, One Road. So this is KCR. Work hard, work smart. Thank you.